And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. The NBA on 2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA, take it away.
Well, Kevin, one of the great stories is Julius Randle becoming an all-star in New York. Randle said it's been a lot of hard work paying off. As a shooter, a passer, a leader, you name it, I've gotten to flip the script on my own reputation.
Yep, he's big enough to handle it. His performance speaks loudly. Thank you, D.A. And a look at the injury situation. A lot of bodies absent for this team tonight, including a big name.
They've sustained a number of injuries. 4 different players out of the lineup. The coaching staff racking their brains to keep this ship straight.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. In the forward positions, Barrett and Randle. Fournier out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Robinson in at the 5 down low. And for the Nets, front court spots filled by Durant and Griffin. Harden out there with Mills. And it's Aldridge in at the center filling out the middle.
Working on consistency with that jumper. You can see Barrett has improved his shooting mechanics. Much more repeatable motion now.
Really left alone that time.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open.
The pass to Randle. Outside Robinson. Back to Randle. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Man, that's a tough call for a ref to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Robinson against KD. Banked in off the glass. You can see Barrett looks a lot more comfortable now from every spot, Greg, on the floor.
From 3, mid-range, the free throw line. When he knocks down shots, defenders have to creep up to stay connected. And that's when he can put the ball on the floor and get by people.
Walker with a clean look. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson.
Walker ready to shoot as soon as he catches the ball there. Great anticipation from the veteran guard.
Inside, and stolen by Fournier. To the middle, and it's Robinson with the jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. Shots good by Mills.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
Here's Walker. Trying to get open is Randle. Shots good by Walker. Walker's got 5 points so far.
And, you know, Walker is really good at muscling his way through the defense. Tough to stop on the way up.
Durant for 3. Knicks with the rebound.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Shots good by Walker.
This team is rolling right now. Still haven't missed a shot.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. 4-point game. Durant against Barrett. Durant, the pass to Aldridge. Back to Durant for the 3. The shot, no good. And New York the other way now. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
That's a nice play. Getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
And you look at him, he's given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
Offensive rebound. That one goes. Count it.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And Millsap slams it in.
Boy, Harden's got such a tremendous feel for the game and sees the whole court. He's a really slick creator.
Pass to Fournier. Here's Randall. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Harden. Bembry the pass to Mills. Here's Bembry. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd pleasing already.
Rose scanning the floor. Outside for Randall. Over Johnson. And slam dunk by Noel.
And Noel really does a nice job in reading angles of shots. He really excels in avoiding box outs because he's so active, and he typically beats guys to important spots near the basket.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Snatched up. Here's Noel, and it's sent back by Millsap.
Pretty cool to see Millsap turn shots back. I mean, he's a mobile, athletic, big man who is taking pride in his defensive work.
Down low, Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Now Rose. He's still scoreless so far in this one. To the paint. Here's Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
Rose, a very solid floor general. I think that's an underrated part of his game. He's excellent at finding his teammates.
Back to Harden. 23 seconds left in the first quarter. And it's in there.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Count that one.
Boy, down low, Randall can throw those 250 LBs around and create havoc. Tough for the defense to slow him down.
Harden surveying the D. It's stolen by Randall. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Knicks lead by 3. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And we've seen the improvement for the Knicks under coach Tom Thibodeau. His star, he is indeed mad effort and grittiness, something we've seen from Thibodeau's teams over the years.
And Knicks fans recognize that brand of basketball. You think back to the years with Ewing and Oakley in the middle. It fits in the Big Apple.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Knicks?
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. They've got Noel. Emmanuel quickly out there with Rose. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Burks in at the 3, the small forward. And Harden really looks like he's been having fun out there.
I would agree with that, Kevin. And he says he's the same way off the court, too. I don't know him off the court, but he says he loves meeting new people. I don't have any trouble believing that. He enjoys engaging with kids. And certainly the bright tennis shoes are part of everybody's NBA attire now, but he wears it as an expression of his personality.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Millsap. Blake Griffin comes in for James Johnson. And Durant subbed in for Bember. The Knicks also changing it up. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Noel. Barrett comes in for Burks. And Walker subbed in for Rose. And the Knicks miss again. Nets have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. KD against Barrett. That one falls. And now a 3-point Nets lead.
Tell you what, that defense was physical, and yet Durant, with great balance and composure, just stayed with it.
Here's Walker. No good off the back of the rim. And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Outside Griffin. KD finds Aldridge. And the jam by Aldridge.
Save that one for the dunk contest, LaMarcus. Big fella, getting creative.
Knicks trail by 5.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Walker's shot is off. And here's Brooklyn. Big stretch here going 10-2. Aldridge dishes to Griffin. It's rebounded by Barrett.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
And Durant sends it back.
KD's defense has really taken a huge step forward. I mean, excellent at blocking shots now, and he's a better help defender. Man, he's putting that reach to good use on the defensive end.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Knicks trail by 5. Here's Barrett, and it's sent back by KD. And competition is at the root of all sports. Certainly, sometimes things get chippy. And as a player, Rick, how do you handle that aspect when emotions and physicality get going?
Kevin, you're always taught to control your emotions, but easier said than done. And in reality, sometimes you have to man up. You have to let it be known that you're not going to accept things, and at the same time, you got to be smart. So the goal is to beat the other team, not literally.
Mills, who's checked in for the Nets. Julius Randle's checked in for the Knicks. Fournier comes in for quickly.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Randle.
There's your bully ball right there. I mean, a lot of folks think that's all Randle is a bully baller. Those big shoulders and that muscular body, he does a nice job putting them to use.
Out to Carter. Launches a 3. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Carter's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Passes to Barrett. And Durant sends it back. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Mills can't hit. Knicks trail by 6. Barrett with the ball. And it's Carter picking him up. Barrett the pass to Walker. Fournier gets a wide open look. Here's Robinson. Slam dunk by Robinson.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game-changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Johnson, he's checked in for Aldridge. And DeAndre Bembers subbed in for Kevin Durant. And then for New York, Noel's checked in for Robinson. Burks comes in for Barrett. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Kemba Walker.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Carter against Fournier. 6 to shoot. Now here's Mills. He started close.
And after after that solid opening quarter, you can see now he is definitely starting to cool off.
Fournier, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one's on Johnson.
And growing up just outside of Paris, Evan Fournier got hooked on the NBA back in 2002, watching that classic Kings-Lakers Conference Finals series.
And, Greg, we hear that story from other international players as well. I mean, guys like Evan who grew up in Europe watching NBA basketball. You got to give Adam Silver, and even before him, David Stern, the prior commissioner, a lot of credit for growing the league internationally.
Back to Johnson. It's deflected. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. That ties the game. Rose has got 4 this quarter.
Well, you can tell Rose has really steadily worked on this, shooting it with so much more confidence now.
Now here's Mills. He's covered by Rose. Carter outside. Here's the 3. Knicks with the rebound.
Next foul. Julius Randle. His first foul.
5 seconds left in the first half of the game. Carter for 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Tie game in Brooklyn. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. KD, moments of frustration for you early. What are you seeing out there?
Well, I missed a lot of shots. I'm just trying to be aggressive. I'm missing wide open threes and some shots I normally hit, so I just got to continue to keep being aggressive. My teammates looking for me. We got to do a better job on the defensive end.
Hey, man, I'm sure those shots will start to fall in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They trailed by as many as 6 points in the first period. They gained a little ground there in the second quarter. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of it.
Front-court spots filled by Durant and Griffin. Harden out there with Mills, and it's Aldridge in at the center. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
So effective in these screen and roll situations. Aldridge excels at taking what the defense gives him.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his third foul of the game. Harden against Walker. He feeds it to Robinson. It's Fournier on the wing. To get open is Robinson. Fournier's shot is off. KD against Walker. KD draws the double. Here's Mills. Fournier pulls it down.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Walker finds Robinson. Back to Walker. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
The Knicks shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Here's Fournier, plenty of space, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Fournier's teammates trust him when he fires the pull-up jump shot. I mean, the defense cannot afford to lay off of him or they're cooked.
Harden kicks to Aldridge. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Fournier. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Now here's Mills. He's guarded closely. Durant. That's good.
I think we're all aware of Durant's in the gym range as a shooter. I mean, seriously, I don't think there's a shot he can't make.
Pass to Fournier. Over Aldridge. And it's sent back by Aldridge. Oh!
Man. Tell you what, when Durant is feeling it, he puts on some swagger. He's going to let you know he's got it going.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Barrett. Can't hit that one. Harden with the defensive effort. Nets leading by 3. Outside Aldridge. Outside Durant. And the pass to Harden. 5 to shoot. Back to Durant. Puts one up from 19.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
I find it really interesting to talk to KD about his origins. Says every memory he had growing up involved basketball. Skip prom and stuff like that. He was just focused on the game.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. A nice shot by Griffin.
Well, you've got great confidence as a coaching staff when the ball's in Durant's hands, and you can see why. He knows how to make good decisions out there just like that.
And Durant grew up in a tough environment. We all know that. Basketball, Greg, was the only way out.
As it has been for so many NBA players, you feel bad for guys with great talent who get derailed along the way. It takes so much hard work and discipline and luck just to have a chance at making it.
Timeout called the Nets. So for the Nets, Paul Millsap's checked in for Aldridge. Johnson comes in for Blake Griffin. And DeAndre Bembry's subbed in for Durant. And here's Harden. He's got 9. Launches it. Burks pulls it in. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul.
Team second.
Knicks trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And it's quickly missing. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Mills with it. Now guarded by Gibson. 2 points. That one goes. Millsap's got 8 points.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
Gibson passes to Quickly. Back to Gibson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Gibson's got his first basket.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Millsap dishes to Harden. And he drives in. Millsap trying to get open.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
Knicks trail by 5. Rose with the ball. Plays it up and banks it in. He has 6.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Out left to the wing. Rose against Harden. He takes it in, and Harden with the stop.
Harden is one of the most lethal penetrators in the game and excels at finding lanes to the rim.
32 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Burks looking around, and the foul on Alec Burks. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Durant's checked in for Paul Millsap. And then for New York, Mitchell Robinson comes in for Taj Gibson. And Julius Randle subbed in for Noel.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
The Knicks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
The first one falls.
You know, it takes young guys a little while to figure it out, and after 4 up-and-down seasons with the Lakers, Julius Randle joined New Orleans in 2018, busted out for over 20 points per game with the Pelicans.
And here's Harden for 3. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And they get it to double digits just as we get set for the final quarter here. That 3 could be a killer.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. And New York looking at who they've got. Randle and Robinson make up the inside pair. Emmanuel quickly out there with Rose. And it's Burks in at the small forward. Harden the pass to Johnson. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Nobody better at running the screen and roll than Harden. He's conniving, creative, pacing, spacing, all of that on display. Incredible in the pick and roll.
Rose finds Robinson. Driving inside. Basket good. Quickly's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And here's Mills from the arc. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
KD against Randle. Right side, Kevin Durant. Rocket 6. Kicks it to Mills. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Knicks trail by 7. Here's Burks. And he drops it in from the low post.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Harden, no good. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for New York. Pass to Randle. No good there. Nice defense from KD. Nets leading by 5. In the corner, Harden. Johnson kicks to KD. And they'll get another chance. Harden outside. Over Robinson. Here's Johnson, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
New York calls timeout. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Brooklyn. Griffin comes in for DeAndre Bembry. And then for New York, R.J. Barrett's checked in for Alec Burks. Evan Fournier comes in for Quickly. And it's Kemba Walker in for Rose. It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. He's not happy with what he says are late rotations defensively against their three-point shooters. And at the offensive end, he wants his guys to get their own shots within the rhythm and flow of the offense. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David.
You know, they get it to Durant because they trust him. They've got great confidence in him finishing in the open court.
Walker, bounce pass. And Barrett now top of the key. To the inside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And one thing that separates Randall from other guys, his size, that spin move. He can do it off the drive, in the post, now going either direction.
And whirling around the floor, Greg, is there anyone Randall reminds you of?
I mean, they're different players, but Akeem Olajuwon had an unbelievable spin move. Takes a lot of body control, especially for taller guys. But when you do it well, man, it is tough to stop.
Durant inside. Barrett covering.
Fourth quarter.
Kicks it out to Harden. Fires from deep. Paxson coming off the assist from KD. Durant's got 5 assists in the game. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Nets.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Here is Harden. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You know, we talk about Harden's skill set, which is superb, but there's no quitting this guy. He's got a great competitive spirit. And even when you bang him and bump into him, he just muscles through that and says, play on.
And really an incredible playmaker his entire career. Harden has taken that up a notch, and he now often looks for his teammates first.
Randall no good. And here are the Nets. They're on a 13-4 run. KD passes to Harden. The feed to Griffin. Over Randall. And he overshot that one, missing. New York with the ball. They trail by 14. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
You know, it's encouraging to see Randall working on this shot. You can tell he wants to get better from there.
Durant against Barrett. Here's Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
And it's good, 2 points.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Aldridge trying to break free. Harden gets the bucket.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And you like the toughness there. Barrett being more comfortable having to deal with an aggressive defense.
Harden. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Harden.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, James. You have seen